Oh, crikey. It's been a bit since I've last recorded a tangent video, but it's mostly because I've been kind of busy with a thing called life. Do I know? It's not been fun. I've been dealing with stupid stuff called Linux Foundation and their bullshit lies and annoyances of sabotaging me right now. Having to rebuy the stupid exam, potentially, because of the fact that they couldn't verify my name, which is stupid and it still pisses me off right now, but screw all that. It's not really something I want to go on about again, but howdy, I'm Hydra. I'm genuinely really tired right now, so if you notice that I'm blanking out, that's pretty much why. It's just been really sleepless night. For second day now. I should drop coffee the more I think about it. God, my headset is not comfortable. But that's besides the point. What I want to speak about is rather random and specific for people who are big into music, at least having their own local music library. Just my hair, because it's on my headset, which is annoying. There you go. Much better. Anywho, this topic has been brought thanks to one of my good friends whom I'm gonna keep anonymous, but you know who you are. Cheers, man, on that. But the entire topic that I thought to just discuss now has been music players, which might sound stupid, but there's a reason why I wanted to talk about it, and it again involves Linux. Which, yes, I did promise that I'm not gonna talk about Linux specifically, but I wanna just talk about more of my personal experience with jumping from a different audio player to another audio player or music player or whatever you wanna call it. Doesn't really matter, it is what it is. We'll talk about both software and actual hardware, as in players itself, that I used and am using right now for my own music enjoyment, because for those who are not aware, I have over 32,000 songs currently in my local library and over half a terabyte of music. And that can be relatively soonish when I start going on about software. But let's just get started with that. First things first, where did it all start for me? During 2020, 2021, somewhere like that, I started to get into more different genres of music, different stuff that I'm listening to. Like, I started from, if I remember correctly, it was like vaporwave, barber beats, ambient music, such kind of general stuff. Nothing too special to write home about, but during COVID time or pandemic time, whatever you want to say, the entire ordeal of COVID has pretty much made me feel really, really horrible. And throughout those years, or rather those months, I kind of dwelled into more melodic music, melody-focused stuff, no vocals, no nothing, just ambience. And I found of Bandcamp, and that's where I discovered a lot of the music that I have currently and I'm listening to nowadays, even like 6 years later at this point, or 5 or 6 years, something like that. And I've been enjoying vaporwave, but that's when I also discovered Dankpods, who got me into more audio nerdy stuff. And I'm still using the headphones that he suggested at one point. Don't know what was the thing they said, but all I remember is that I saw them and I was like, oh my god, they look so good, I want them. The AKG K701, which are neutral bright leaning headphones from AKG that are genuinely really good. I'm not even gonna lie to you. In my opinion, mind you, your opinion may vary because this is a seriously subjective hobby. So please take this with a grain of salt and don't go around insulting other people about their taste of headphones and audio and whatnot. That's not your business. Just leave them alone, please. But besides that, ever since I got into music, I started collecting my own personal songs to have our albums and making my own library, and it only gotten bigger over time. And I thought to myself, yeah, I probably need to get like a proper software to play all of this stuff now, which is when I stumbled upon MusicBee. And again, to the person that I gave a shout out to, I'm keeping them anonymous for their own sake. I don't want to do something or have someone just start harassing them or whatnot. So I'm keeping them anonymous, but shout out to them for recommending me to use MusicBee again, but I'll get to that in a later portion. When I found MusicBee, I was like, oh cool, an actual audio player that can sort my stuff properly, what to do, and honestly, it's a really good player for what it is. I never really used it to its full potential, even though I kind of want to, but it's not too important to me personally, currently at least. And I kind of started to get into more and more different genres. And I love the idea of sorting my music into like per genre or per album or whatnot. It's been really helpful. I really like that. But around 2022, start of 2022, I think I quit my college. I stopped that due to medical reasons and mental health reasons. And I decided to full commit to using Linux daily. Now, why is this important? MusicBee does not work on Linux at all. Well, until recently, but I'll get to that later. My PC has started getting Windows. It was being really slow. I didn't really have an upgrade. I couldn't really do much, and etc. 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 So I told myself, screw it. I'll use Linux and see what is so special about it. But then I realized that I can't really use MusicBee. So that started an endeavor of find a music player that fits your needs. At first, I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna use this player called Audacious. Audacious, I think it was called? I can't remember, but it's something like that. Audacious or Audacity or some blah blah blah. The only reason I chose it because it had Winamp skin support. I was like, oh my god, cool, I can reuse Winamp again. Because I used to use it when I was a really young kid. I was like 7 or so, maybe even younger. And I just remember that I was using it all back then. I was like, oh my god, I can relive my nostalgia. But to my surprise, that thing is horrible. Why? Nothing that MusicBee could do for me. And I was just like, oh, it's fine, I'll live with it. But then it started to get more and more annoying. Kept just having things that I don't want to. It was really hard to import new, update my library. It was just really annoying and unfun to use in general. And it did not really stick with me for too long. Mostly the UI was kind of it aged like crap because I was using Winamp skins, and when you have a library of like 3,000 plus songs, it does not really bode well for you. And I kind of just moved away from it in general. It didn't bother anymore, and I swapped to a new music player, or different one, I guess. And I found, I think it was either Clementine or Strawberry, and the only reason I went with it is because it looks like MusicBee, and it had some cool computers here and there which are pretty nice. I actually don't really mind it too much. I've used it for a while, and for what it is, for how for how long I've used it, it was pretty good. Like full screen on my second monitor, and just put music on shuffle and enjoy my stuff. But then I started kind of feeling the weird itch of I want to listen to specific genres at this time, or I want to listen to this artist at this time, and it was really hard for me to do that. And I wasn't really sure what exactly should I do. So I think a year or two passed, it was 2023, 24, somewhere like that. I met the anonymous friend, I shall not mention them again, and we started just talking about random stuff. I don't recall what exactly was it, but both of us were using Linux, and he said something about using MusicBee on Linux, and I was like, why would you do that to yourself? You have other players, you know, you have this player, this player, this player, blah blah blah. That's actually when I hopped to a new one, which is the Taiwan Music Box, which to this day is probably the best one you can get on Linux. Is it good though? Not the best, but it's the best of the options you have without running stuff through Wine, which screw that. Besides the point. They mentioned about how they have a really specific flow they have in their audio player. They want this specific stuff, that thing, that MusicBee has and supports. But they were running into so many issues with Wine due to how Wine works and how the developer of MusicBee does not want to make a Linux port. Understandably so, honestly, no one wants to. It's a minority of a market. It's not like it's macOS, which if it was macOS I can kind of understand it to some degree that they would port it, but they haven't, and I kind of don't understand it. But from what I understood on their end is that they use what's it called, .NET 3.5 or something like that. So it's kind of, I think, I'm not exactly sure, a bit harder for them to be able to port it over to Mac and keep the theme with the macOS as UI and whatnot, or user experience or whatever. But we talked a lot about audio browsers and whatnot, blah blah blah, and it never really clicked on me why they were so hype fixated towards wanting to use MusicBee. I was like, oops. I was relatively happy with having Taiwan, the music player that I was using for a while, as my daily driver. I could easily search artists that I want, I could see what genres they are, even though the metadata is kinda rough. Let's say that way, it's not really the most correct. And it was good, it worked for me, and I didn't really complain too much. And I enjoyed my time using it, and I still do, honestly. I still would say that Taiwan is good. I don't think I would really make a change. But as last year and this year, kinda Linux has been driving me to the wall, and I've been contemplating to swap to macOS, which I've been testing through a virtual machine for last 4 months-ish. Mind you, the testing that I've been doing is not really any comprehensible, incredibly heavy workflow related stuff. It's just mostly me testing software, me testing how the system works, tinkering a bit without having to worry about breaking the entire system and having to fiddle with macOS recovery or whatnot. There's a hair in my eye, god damn it. Stupid headset, swear to God. There you go. Sorry about that. But there's like a lot of things that just allows me to do through a virtual machine that you would not be able, or rather should not be doing on your actual hardware. And over time I've been learning how macOS just kind of clicks with me a bit more than Windows does, due to the workflow being, I guess the best way I can say it is like the middle child of Windows and Linux, because it has the Windows stability and Linux power user kind of kit bashed together. It's the best way I can say it. And a lot of the software that I use daily for my 3D related artwork and potentially going to be using for my job that I'm hoping to get during April. Will pretty much work on macOS, and I wouldn't have to rely on using Wine or Proton or whatever the hell on Linux bottles. It just simply gives me more reasons to not use Linux nowadays. And then I was talking with the friend that I mentioned before, and I told him I should look into a music player for Mac, because I want to find something that would suit me, that would be nice to use. Which is when I discovered Doppler. Doppler is a paid music player, because of course it is. It's a Mac only application, so what to do, shocker. They have a trial version, and I tried the trial version, and honestly, at first I was like, it's a music player, it's nothing special. And then it dawned upon me, and then it all crashed up on me, and it just made me realize how much I've been missing out. I was sitting there in like disbelief, going like, how was I able to tell this to myself that this is useful that I'm using right now? Like, it's actually embarrassing that I was able to convince myself to say such stuff to myself. The fact that I was missing so many features, mainly per artist, per album, per genre, subgenre, hierarchy of stuff that I listen, just generally a lot of the things that I benefit a lot from, or benefited I guess from Musicbee, was there. It was all in front of me. You know, this whole time I was lying to myself like, oh, this is fine, yeah, I'll work with this, it's fine. It's like, oh my god, I feel like an actual moron. It was there the entire time, in plain sight. It's also why I stopped listening to my local library. It was literally more convenient for me to use streaming service over local music due to the fact that the Linux players were so terrible. They were horrible for my preference. Because what if I want to listen to Memphis rap one day, and then I want to swap to 80s pop, or I don't know, Michael Jackson, or Arctic Monkeys, and I want to go like, oh, I want to listen to something more extreme, like Gnaw Their Tongues, Omnium Gatherum, Swallow the Sun, Insomnium, whatever, like, just give me random things that I listen to daily, or from time to time rather. I wasn't able to do that so easily, because I needed to like open the program, click on it, type search in the thing that I want, and pray to God it doesn't break on something and just finds MF2 for some reason when I'm looking for Swallow the Sun. I don't know why that happened. It was really confusing to me. And as of recently, I kind of decided to try the little script that the mentioned friend, so like I said, Dementia, sent to me. And the script actually installed Musicbee properly, and it works with no problem so far. I hope. So to God, if I make this video and I jinx it, I'm gonna actually start screaming at the clouds and install Windows 11 instead of using this garbage of a system. Yes, Linux is garbage. Fuck you. At least desktop Linux. Server Linux, you can believe me when I say this, as I'm a system administrator, it is, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the most interesting things I've ever worked with. It's actually kind of fun and intuitive, and has documentation, and doesn't have people going, you're using it wrong. Hey, was that? Wait, was that? Oh, it's the Linux users, the desktop users. Hey, fuck you. Anyway, ever since I kind of started dwelling more into macOS through my virtual machine, even though it doesn't have much of GPU acceleration, I made it work. Yeah, I know, shocker, I made a virtual machine work in Linux. Whoa. Actually, I made 2 virtual machines work, so be proud of me, for Christ's sake. This shit is a nightmare. Ugh. Anyway, as much as I really love hating on the Linux users that are on desktop, I still love Linux, but only the server side. Why? Well, simply, it's actually usable compared to the dumpster fire that is the desktop Linux nowadays. Even so recently, they've added like actual support for CAD software to actually work on Linux now. Instead of going like your user experience is wrong, rewrite your garbage program. Just shush. Like, why? Like, seriously. Sometimes I swear to God, this community is intentionally trying to drive its fucking newcomers away by being absolute douchebags and crying about this kind of stuff. Like, do you not see the fact that I'm literally living Linux because of the, well, 3 major problems? Gaming on it sucks. My software does not run properly on it, or doesn't even have support for it, for Christ's sake. Like, 3D Code does have support for it. It's so freaking buggy right now that I'm using the Windows version through Proton. I'm not even joking when I say that. Like, come on. And Marvelous Designer just does not work at all on Linux. It doesn't have a port. And the third reason, a music player and streaming service. Oh, but just use Spotify. Blah, blah, blah. You use Spotify. Yeah, go on, I don't care. I'm not gonna use Spotify because it's garbage and it costs 2 times the amount that Apple Music costs for me. So you be the judge for that. Anyway, yes, and you plan to actually use Apple Music because it's like €5.5 a month instead of like 12 a month that Spotify is, and YouTube Music can just go screw itself because it's god awful. It's genuinely just terrible. Don't use YouTube Music unless you're using the, you know which one. Wink, wink. I'm not able to disclose what it is, so if you know, you know. If you don't know, well, look it up. I can't really speak about it because I'm gonna get shot by FBI or something. At least they assume. But, that's honestly not my problem. They are kind of garbage platforms, and for music streaming, at least in my opinion, they're not really good. Besides the quality issues, like audio quality on Spotify is subpar to Apple Music, because Apple Music has actual proper lossless, to my knowledge, which Spotify only recently has gotten, like last year. I think it was last year. I don't recall. And YouTube Music never had lossless, so Tidal, I heard about it, never really tried it. Doesn't really interest me anyway. And Deezer, I've never even heard of anyone using it. In Opus, or not Opus, Qobuz, however the hell do you pronounce it? Qobuz. Nice name, I guess. I don't use it because it's not accessible in my country, so yeah. But yeah, the freaking irony that I have to drop an entire system for 2 different ones because it's just the entire freaking thing is not desktop ready, and I don't think it will be for a good while. If you want to fix that, maybe vibe code some code for the kernel or something. I don't know, man. I'm just here to enjoy my time and actually use my system itself, recompiling the kernel, because systemd said we need to add an age verification because of California laws. Go cry about it on your Reddit post. But that's besides the point. We'll just simply add the fact that artists can't use it due to the software just being straight up not supported, and no, GIMP is not a good alternative to your fucking software. Shut the hell up. Fuck you. 3D artists are suffering from the fact that, like, Adobe is like a very prominent thing, at least with 3D artists who do stuff for VRChat. It does not work on Linux anymore, there's no Linux ports. Good luck getting it to work with Wine or Proton, ask me how I know. Audio playback is a fucking nightmare, especially with the fact that there's problems with actual players that are good for, I guess, a minority or a niche amount of people who have big libraries. Gaming is still a dumpster fire. It's still not good enough after how many years I've been playing on Linux, like 4 or 5 years at this point. It's still not good, and no one can convince me because I've been there since Proton 4. Yeah, and we're on Proton 10. Keep the name right. It's not good yet. When a 2001 game struggles with issues that you have to do manually fixing and searching through internet to fix that stuff, you know it's not good. Please quit saying that it's something good, but when it's not, and Valve is not gonna be fixing your Mimbo Jimbo issues, you can just go screw off. Because Valve is using Linux only because Microsoft is threatening, or Microsoft and Apple are threatening them with, like, what was it, Windows Store and Apple Store, whatever the hell were they called. I genuinely forgot what the hell were they called. So they were like, fuck it, Linux it is. It's gonna do good for us. But then their Steam Deck's having Wi-Fi issues. Shout outs to my homie from Florida. You know who you are. I'm not saying your name for your own sake. For last 4 months, he's been battling issues with Wi-Fi. Steam Deck is Linux friendly and is also user friendly, yeah. Yeah. And what's your excuse about? Oh wait, what's that excuse? Oh yeah, go fuck yourself. I don't care what you have to say. Thank you very much, sir. No, sure. Go back to Reddit. You're smarter when you're quiet, and when you don't speak. I just want to let you know about that. But yeah, like, there's too many reasons why I am moving to Mac and Windows for games in my case. But yes, I can play games on Mac, and I do plan to play some, but not a lot. It's mostly just like smaller stuff like Binding of Isaac or Doom, whatever. It's just so I can have something when I'm bored and don't feel like booting up my system or my PC and swapping monitors and blah 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 blah. It's just like me. I can boot up the game and chill. But it will still have a main rig for VR, for games, and for recording and such kind of stuff. Maybe even I'm gonna start streaming at one point anyway. It's mostly gonna be me working on my projects with some background music that I listen to and doing my own things, like mainly Blender, 3D Code, Marvelous Designer. Maybe sometimes I'm gonna play games. If I do proceed with that, I'm gonna leave a link in the description for my Twitch account. I'm thinking to do Friday, Sunday every week if possible, or like a 2-hour, 3-hour session of me just doing my own things, talking with people. You're always down to join if you want to just yap about anything. I'm wholeheartedly open for nearly every topic. Keep in mind, nearly. Keep your fucking common sense. Don't talk about politics, religion, blah 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 blah. And Linux. Unless you're hating on it, then you're welcome to join. But that's besides the point. That's more still a little thing of work in progress. And I'm not sure when I'm gonna start when I'm gonna start working on such kind of projects, but we do time. But yeah, that's gonna be that for tonight. I've kind of been thinking about making this kind of video in a good bit. I just didn't really have too much energy to set everything up and sit my ass down to record and then think of a topic and whatnot. But yeah. And yeah. Thank you all for watching and take care.